What's up guys and welcome. You are watching Fazi Fitness. So we have just one show left this year in the men's open bodybuilding to qualify for the Olympia 2024. That is gonna be Japan Pro and it's happening next weekend. So is Regan Grimes prepping for this one? You guys can see that he is still going hard in the gym, which guys don't usually do, especially right after the Olympia, because of the chances of the injury are pretty high. But that isn't the case with Regan, even though this has been a pretty long prep for him. So if he is actually going for it, this is the best move he could do. We all saw the best version of Regan Grimes this year. The way he showed up at the Olympia stage this time. I don't think we have ever seen Regan in this kind of conditioning. He was super crisp and sharp, but for him to move up the ranks. And you better believe that him and every other guy who steps on the Olympia stage, that is their ultimate goal. So if he wants to move up the ranks, and he is pretty confident that he can, especially with the structure that he has, he still needs to be bigger in certain areas, like his chest and his arms. His back is absolutely amazing, I think we can all agree on that. That is one of the best in the business. So if Regan does go for Japan Pro and wins it, that will give him another long off season to purely focus on making maximum possible improvements, because next year's Olympia is gonna be so fire. So many big names are gonna come back, and that is gonna be the real test for a lot of these guys. The former Mr. Olympia and the Persian Wolf Hadi Choopan crushing arms today. Can you imagine how Hadi Choopan would have felt after getting to hear all these former pro bodybuilders who said that they had Hadi winning this past Mr. Olympia? But what's done is done now, and as per the judges, you do not need to knock out the champion anymore. You just have to beat him in more mandatory poses, and that is what Derek did this time, and he was able to dethrone Hadi Choopan. So if we look at Hadi's career, he has been pretty unlucky if you think about it. I think he could have won in 2019, he could have won in 2021, and as per many people, he should have won in 2023 as well, and nobody would have complained about that. So he got the sniff of the title 3 times, other than last year when he won. So keeping all that in perspective, he must have the heart of a lion, that is back to training so early and eager to make the maximum improvements for next year for the Olympia 2024. And I think we are gonna have a war in 2024. James Hollingshead is looking thick 16 weeks out of the Arnold Classic. So he hurt his knee doing leg presses. Nothing serious, just strain. But the amount of load James pushes on some of his lifts, that is absolutely insane. So I sincerely hope that he remains injury-free at this point of his professional career. He is so motivated after sitting out of the entire 2023 contest season. And that was just to make sure that the next time he is on the stage, the judges take notice of him and he gets the first call out. So for James to stand out in a deep lineup, he needs to be spot on. He cannot afford to be off even just by a bit, especially with the structure that he has, because that makes it easy for the judges to drop him down in the second or even in the third call out in big shows, like the Olympia. So there is still plenty of time for the Arnold Classic to announce the list of the official competitors, and I think James will surely get accepted. I was so impressed with Michael Daboul at Proud Pro, and I like to believe almost all of you guys were, especially the way he pushed Urs. And guess what? It isn't the end of the season for Daboul. He's gonna earn his Olympia qualification this year before shutting it down. But you have got to give him the respect that he went against a guy who plays 3rd in Classic Physique Olympia, especially when there were more shows to go for. The prize money in some of these Classic Physique shows, that is just way too low and just ridiculous. And I'm gonna use this platform to highlight this issue as much as I can. The athletes are the one that make or break the show, so they should be compensated for that, and they should be compensated accordingly. So here is an IG story put up by Michael Daboul regarding the prize money.
There is something I want to mention, guys, regarding the prize money for the Classic Physique. It's way too low for any athletes to accept. And on the top of that, like, you get your prize money and then the promoter find out he need to pay tax. And he doesn't want to pay the tax from his pocket. So he sent a letter for the athletes that he will pay the tax 15%, so he have to cut off our prize money by 15%. So imagine you are getting almost nothing. Something will not cover even your flight. And then they come up, oh, they have to pay tax. So they cut it off from the athlete pocket. On the top of that, I have to pay tax in the UK, so I'm paying tax twice.
So hit the thumbs up button if you liked the video, and smash the subscribe button if you wanna come back for more. Thanks for watching.